This is The Scoop for Tuesday.
Good morning. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. A federal trial over the constitutionality of Florida's congressional map gets underway this morning in Tallahassee. As Valerie Crowder reports, civil rights groups and voters argue that the map is intentionally racially discriminatory.
Governor Ron DeSantis last year signed a congressional map that eliminated 2 of the state's 4 districts where African-American voters could reliably elect their candidate of choice. Plaintiffs in the federal case are seeking changes to the map that would affect districts across the state, including in North Florida, the Orlando area, and the Tampa Bay region. A challenge to the map in state court is ongoing, but that case only focuses on North Florida's districts. DeSantis' acting chief of staff, Alex Kelly, who drew the map, is expected to take the witness stand early in the federal trial, which is expected to last 2 weeks. I'm Valerie Crowder.
On Friday, U.S. agencies announced they will nominate Okefenokee National Wildlife Refuge as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. WMNF's Chris Young reports that the historic designation would mean for Southeast Georgia swamp.
The refuge is 407,000 acres and provides refuge to endangered species like the indigo snake and wood stork. And now it could join a list of important American sites, including the Grand Canyon and Yosemite.
If successful, it will be the first and only Fish and Wildlife Service property and National Wildlife Refuge to become a World Heritage Site. So that is quite remarkable.
Kim Bednarik is the executive director with the Okefenokee Swamp Park and Okefenokee Adventures.
So this is the culmination of a 40-year journey for the Okefenokee National Wildlife Refuge, really to be nominated by the Department of Interior and U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to take this next step towards inscription as a World Heritage Site.
The designation doesn't create any new rules or regulations, but Bednarik says the benefits to the surrounding community are immense.
What follows the recognition as a World Heritage Site is heritage travel in tourism and sustainable development around these communities that are anchored by this incredible natural asset, which will now be recognized on the international stage.
A final decision is expected to take years. Bednarik says they expect to make a submission to UNESCO in February 2025. For WMNF News, I'm Chris Young.
Across Florida, some families of special needs students have yet to receive the private school vouchers that are meant to pay for tuition and other services. Maria Preston runs the Diverse Abilities Center. She says the delay is halting necessary therapies and training and putting smaller private schools on the brink.
A lot of us are having to take out high interest loans and being charged late fees for bills that can't be paid.
The voucher program was expanded to nearly all Florida students earlier this year. In a statement, the State Department of Education cited a record number of scholarship recipients and said they are working to, quote, ensure taxpayer funds are being expended appropriately, end quote. President Joe Biden's decision to stand alongside United Auto Workers pickets in Michigan during their strike against major car makers underscores an allegiance to labor unions that appears to be unparalleled in presidential history. Experts in presidential and U.S. labor history say they cannot recall an instance when a sitting president has joined a strike. The Democratic president will join the pickets today on the 12th day of the strike. It comes the day before former President Donald Trump makes his own visit to meet with striking UAW workers. Biden has repeatedly sided with the UAW during the strike. Biden says the workers should participate in the car makers' riches.
They saved the automobile industry. And I think that now that the industry is roaring back, they should participate in the benefit of that. And you take a look at the significant increase in salaries for executives and growth of the industry, they should benefit from it.
During the ongoing UAW strike, Biden has argued that auto companies have not yet gone far enough to satisfy the union, although White House officials have repeatedly declined to say whether the president endorses specific UAW demands, such as a 40% hike in wages and full-time pay for a 32-hour work week. As Governor Ron DeSantis prepares for tomorrow's second Republican presidential debate, his campaign confirmed yesterday that a long-discussed debate with California Governor Gavin Newsom has been scheduled for November 30th. The two governors have repeatedly used each other as foils on issues such as guns, abortion, immigration, and the economy. Fox News host Sean Hannity will moderate the 90-minute debate in Georgia, with the event airing on Hannity's 9 p.m. television show. Newsom called for a debate when he appeared on Hannity's show in June after Florida flew a group of migrants from Texas to California. For the weather, it is mild and cloudy in the Tampa Bay area. Highs today in the lower 90s. Overnight lows in the mid-70s. Scattered thunderstorms could be expected this afternoon. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines on 88.5 FM and the WMNF app.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.